Hey guys, I know it's been a while, but thank you so much again to all of those who are watching our videos and continue to watch. Today, we're gonna be taking a little nostalgia trip. We're gonna be talking about a game which is, to many PlayStation fans, a complete nostalgia fest in its entirety. And yes, we're talking about the newly released Ratchet and Clank. And man, I honestly am a really old school Ratchet and Clank fan. I go back way back in the time to the beginning of the 21st century, when in 2000 to 2006, when Ratchet and Clank first came out. The game started coming on PlayStation 2, and I was a really big fan, and I still am a really big fan. And today I'm gonna be telling you guys that there's gonna be no bias in reviewing this. I'm gonna give my honest impressions of this game. So, what do I think about the game? Let's start off, shall we? So let's look at the story first. The story is really well thought out by Insomniac. So, to allow for new players to understand the franchise better, they opted to use the same story from the first Ratchet and Clank game. So in a sense, this is a remaster, no, not exactly a remake of the original game, and man, is it a really good one. The story, the fact that the story is the same as the beginning of the entire franchise, allows for new players to get into the game. So if you're thinking about whether you should buy it or whether you'll understand it, even if you buy it, I'm happy to tell you that there's gonna be no problems at all. You'll be able to easily understand what's going on, because it's basically the beginning. The story is the beginning of the entire franchise. So the story wasn't exactly an immersive or emotional story or type of deep story that you get. It's not. You won't be finding Last of Us or Uncharted story material here, but what it does deliver is a truly amazing experience. This is literally a game. This is the manifestation of the joy and fun parts of what a game is essentially supposed to be. There's nothing to take. The story isn't something that should be taken seriously. It's all fun, it's all jokes, and I think I really love that aspect of the game. It allows you to relax and look at it in this type of fun and joy perspective. And along the way in the story, you'll meet really interesting characters, and which is one of the strongest parts of the game. The characters are like the best in this. I loved going back to the game and seeing these characters from before. There's characters like Captain Cork and Dr. Nefarious and other characters. I won't get into that much. So without spoiling anything too much, Ratchet is essentially a type of alien of species, a last of his species, and alone on a planet. And he meets this new companion called Clank, who's a robot, and they go on this amazing adventure to become superheroes. It doesn't get very deep, much more deep than that. It's very simple, it's very nice, and I love how it's presented to us. So the next aspect, the gameplay, is is the best part of this game. Honestly, the gameplay feels obviously is the same as the previous games in a certain aspect, but it has been polished to it has been really polished to a point where it's really smooth, and the visuals it delivers is amazing. First of all, the weapons are the things you'll be finding yourself spending most of your time on. The weapons are amazing, and the strongest point of Ratchet and Clank games are the weapons normally, and here you'll find yourself having a very fun time, because the guns are really good, and that just adds to one of the most best parts of the game. Another part is that the visuals are just fantastic in this Ratchet and Clank game, and I honestly really loved how it was presented, how everything was done, and the platformer levels are pretty good. There are some times when it starts to feel a little repetitive, and that is usually expected in many Ratchet and Clank games, but for the most part I didn't have any much negative to say. So we're gonna go to my final thoughts now. What I thought of the game. Story is decent, characters are really amazing, guns are amazing, visuals are beautiful, the presentation of the game is also fantastic, and the gameplay was really smooth and just very well optimized for the game. I know you won't find much of an Uncharted or Last of Us type of immersive story here, but what you do get here for your value, it's only $40. It's truly fantastic, and I think that's one of the strongest aspects of the game. What you're getting here, the value for your money, is just makes this game hard to miss out. So, what my final thoughts of the game? I'm gonna be giving it an 8.5 out of 10, just because the presentation is beautiful, the characters are really amazing, and the story, the way it's presented, is really good. Even though the game might get repetitive sometimes, and there isn't an immersive story, but what you're getting here for your money value, it's only $40, and I think that's the highlight. That's the thing that makes the game hard to not miss. So you might be wondering whether you should go for this or not because of a certain other game coming out for the PS4. But anyway, if you have that money, and if you're in the position right now, please do not skip out on this game. It is definitely a good buy. And so yeah, that guys, thank you guys for watching our video. We'll see you in the next review.